H-I-P
Hi there, my name is Miles Sawella, and today I would like to talk to you about my teaching philosophy and my teaching voice and how that relates back to the high impact practices. First and foremost, I'll tell you what my teaching philosophy actually is. From there, I'll go on to talk about John Hattie and self-efficacy and how that also relates to my teaching philosophy. From there, I'll talk about Marzano and objectives and feedback and how that all ties in together in one nice junction. Now, first and foremost, my teaching philosophy. I believe that my job as a teacher is not only to set forth knowledge, but also to teach students how to be thriving members within society. I feel like there are three traits which students need in the classroom and outside of the classroom. Right now, let's go. My model is GSR, okay? Growth, strength, and resilience, okay? Now, growth is learning, right? Learning is essentially growth, right? You're growing. Whether you're a developing student, an achieving student, or an exceeding student, you are still growing, right? Maybe you're at the very top, right? But you can still grow from there. Maybe you're in the middle, but again, you can grow to that exceeding level. Maybe you're developing, right? And you can still grow from there, right? And I would like to teach my students that no matter where you are in life, right, we can still grow and we can still improve. Right now, along this way, right, again, I would like to go back to my map example, okay? This is our goal, right? Along the way, there's going to be bumps, there's going to be challenges, right? There's going to be stuff in your way which is stopping you from getting to your goal. Now, along this way, okay, we stop here, right? We've reached a challenge. Right now, in that challenge, you are gaining strength, which is now the S, right? That's where strength is built, right? In here, you're trying to learn, you're trying to get better, right? You're trying to overcome this obstacle. That's where that strength is built, right? Now, that ability to get knocked down and keep going, you've reached this stop. Now, that ability to keep on going is the resilience, which is the R, GSR. That resilience is getting knocked down and getting back up again. Now, I feel like these three traits will help my students in the classroom as well as help my students outside of the classroom, as I feel like that is my job as a teacher. Now, this relates to the 256 influences, specifically self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the belief someone has within themselves that, hey, I can do this. Right now, let's go back to my map example. This is my goal. Okay, now I'm starting here. In order for me to begin my journey, I need to first have that self-efficacy. I need to first and foremost believe in myself. If I do not believe in myself, I will not be able to reach my end goal. Right now, that's what that self-efficacy is. Right, that's a huge influence which John Hattie has told us within that article. Right, that self-efficacy is huge for students or even anybody. Right, you need to believe in yourself. Your mind is so strong. If I tell myself I can do it, I'm right. If I tell myself I can't do it, I am also right. And that's what I would like to teach my students, that you need to believe in yourself in order to reach this goal. For example, if we're in a math class, we're learning 5 plus 5. Okay, if I'm here, I don't understand 5 plus 5. First and foremost, the very first thing, I need to believe in myself. Self-efficacy starts here. Once I've got self-efficacy, then I can begin growing. That's where the G comes in. That's when I can begin growing. Now, let's go on to Marzano and objectives and feedbacks. All right, let's go back to this map thing, right? You start here, right? This is an objective. As a teacher, we need to have those objectives. That's why I have included this picture here where it says, okay, there's an error. The lesson plan has no objective or goal, right? You need a goal first and foremost. That's the very first thing. On this path of growth, you need a goal. On the path of learning, you need a goal. Outside the classroom, you need a goal. Inside the classroom, you need a goal. Okay, so we start off with this goal. We start off with this objective, as Marzano has said. Okay, this is our objective. This is our learning outcome. I'm starting here, okay? I'm starting at my self-efficacy. I need to believe in myself first. Okay, now I can begin to grow, okay? Now I'm starting to grow. Oh, I've reached a challenge. This is where me as a teacher, that's where that feedback comes in within Marzano's article, right? We need to give feedback to our students, right? Students need that ability to, hey, okay, we're here. Okay, how can we help each other through this challenge, right? That's how we grow as people. we help each other, and from there we can continue growing. From there we build strength, and we continue on moving. And that's where resilience, again, that's where that R comes in. That's where students build that resilience, that ability to get knocked down and still get back up again. And that's how all of these relate back to my teaching philosophy. Higher self-efficacy equals higher achievement. Again, you start here at the self-efficacy. If I say I can do it, I'm right. If I say I can't do it, I am also right? That in order for students to reach that achievement, that higher achievement, to reach that objective, they need to believe in themselves, right? The more that students believe in themselves, right, the higher they will achieve and the better they will do inside the classroom as well as outside of the classroom. Without further ado, here are my APA references for this presentation. I would like to thank you. Have a good night. Thank you.